a Kazadi Films original.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting and dramatic edition of the Divorce Club Reunion. My name is Priscilla Nolan, and again, I am your host for tonight. So last week, we clearly learned that not everything is what it seems. We had Masuzio in the studio, and a lot happened. And obviously, certain things maybe we did foretell, but other things and most things, we actually did not see that coming. Tonight, we have yet another couple, another dilemma. Do you remember Benzo? Do you remember Prudence? And the maid who turned out to be Prudence's daughter. Such a sad story. But then we have them back in the studio tonight because we also want to know, in pure reunion fashion, whether they've moved on from their lives, from the predicaments, from everything that happened, or they're still holding on to stuff, if they've gotten help. And that's the most important part for us. So without further ado, I'm going to call Prudence because obviously all this happened around her. So please help me welcome Prudence. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you? You look gorgeous.
You look good too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whatever you say about the contraceptives, what? Yes, it's true. I've been taking contraceptives.
You see?
But guys, let her speak.
Yes, it's because I didn't want to tell you about this. I never wanted to talk about Messi or anything because it keeps bringing bad memories. And you see, when I was 14, I was defiled, and Messi is the product of that.
But
what happened was I was actually defiled at the age of 14 by my father, and it was kept a secret because in Chanson it's a taboo.
I mean, a lot has happened since the last time you were here, right?
Yes.
Do you want to maybe give me a bit of, how have you been handling it? Because obviously your story was brought onto national television and people were watching back home. Do you want to give me a brief of how people have taken you back into the society and what's happened after that, how you've handled everything?
Well, it's something that has not been easy, but I'm trying anyway, I would say I'm trying. It has been people talking this and that, you know. They would say this and that. Sometimes some things that they would say would make you feel bad.
Do you want to tell me that these and this and that?
Most of them felt it wasn't right for me to treat my daughter like the way I did. But at the same time, they were not understanding the things that I went through. And that's what happened to me. So I don't know what to say, but it's just been hectic anyway.
Have you been seeing a therapist, because obviously there was trauma there, and the fact that that happened, what you said happened, like with your daughter. Have you been seeing a counselor?
Well, yes, from the time that we came, just after the divorce club thing. I mean, we were introduced to counselors from here, and they're quite good. They're awesome.
You think it's helping?
Yeah, it really is helping.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
I'm sure that can explain your glow.
Yeah.
So I'm sure everyone at home wants to know, what happened? Why did you keep that secret for so long? She is your daughter.
Yes, she is my daughter. And just the way she came into this world, it's not something that you can brag about or start talking anyhow. Course. It was something that has kept haunting me up until now. So it's not an easy thing. Yes, I would look at her as my daughter. At the same time, looking at her reminded me of everything that happened.
Do you want to I know it might be a sensitive issue, and obviously it hurts you to still talk about it, but as someone who's getting counseling, do you think that tonight on the show, now, you could tell us briefly what happened?
Well, I remember it was I was sleeping at that time, and I just found my father on top of me.
Your biological father?
Yes, and things happened just like that. And from then, I spoke to my mother about it. My mother knew everything, and they just kept quiet and decided to keep it a secret. As you know, something like that is a taboo. And that's how come Messi was born.
So you found out you got pregnant. There must be something painful to relive. And then you got pregnant at some point.
Yes.
What happened after you got pregnant?
I just used to stay in the house most of the times, and upon giving birth, I was sent away. And then my mother remained looking after my daughter. Messi.
You were sent away by who, your mother or your father?
My mother. I was meant to go and live with my aunt and continued with school. Then thereafter, I became an adult and started living on my own.
I'm so sorry. That must have been the most painful thing.
Yes, it is.
And obviously for that to happen and your mother being the one who sends you away, do you think that what your dad did to you, that it stopped, or he just directed his energies towards someone else? You mentioned there were other children in the...
I wouldn't be sure about that. I wouldn't know unless they came out and spoke for themselves, like I did for myself. So on that one, I wouldn't know, I wouldn't tell.
What's your relationship now? Like, what is it like with your mother?
With my mother, we've been good. We've just been okay.
So you've forgiven her?
I don't know whether I should forgive her or I wasn't even like holding any grudges. I somehow understand what she was trying to protect, our tradition and stuff. So somehow she was trying to protect some things best known to herself, because at the time I was still very young. There's nothing I can do. Whether I forgive her, I don't.
Are you close?
Stuff happened. Yes, we are.
And your father? Whatever, where is he?
He's late. He passed away.
Did he ever ask for forgiveness from you or try and talk about it? Or you never saw him again?
No, we never got to talk about this.
But you saw him after the ordeal?
Well, but not as in being close. Yes, because I was meant to live somewhere else far away from him. So we never continued with the father-child relationship.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. I am so sorry that happened to you. And I'm so glad you're getting counseling now, because to live with that trauma for so long, it can't be easy.
No, it really isn't easy, I can assure you.
Well, the first time we saw you on the show, you were angry. It was like something that was so visible. Just looking at you, you were angry and you were ready to kill. Do you think that this trauma that you had could have been the reason why you were holding on to all that anger and were ready to unleash it on anyone?
Not only that one. I think I had a lot of stuff going on by then. Having to look after a husband who's just a sit-at-home husband and wanting you to provide for everything, at the same time living with that trauma, it's just something not easy.
I can imagine. Did you ever try to speak to your husband about working, or you mentioned that you did try to get him jobs and he'll turn them down?
Yes, on several occasions. But he wanted some higher paying jobs, and always talking about his tech company that wasn't even working out. So he was just some kind of man who would just want to sit and wait for food, eat, and the like.
So this company that he had, it actually was functional?
I never saw it running anyway. I could just hear him talk about it, but not really.
Okay. Have you ever had a conversation with your mother about what happened?
Once.
And how did that go?
She would just say, just forget about the stuff, things happen, and things like that, not necessarily getting into details of the thing. So, and talking about something like that also, okay, to me, I don't like it either. So. And
this was, obviously you asked her this when your father was still alive, right?
No.
He had passed? Do you think now should be more forthcoming in, like, say we called her and tried to get her perspective? Because obviously we can't judge her without knowing her side. Are you open to that?
I wouldn't know about that, but you can call her. I'm not sure how she will respond or how she can respond to that, but she knows that this thing is now on the open. It's in the open and everybody knows. So I don't know how she can handle it if you called her, but you can call her.
Okay, so I asked you earlier on your relationship with your mother, but then obviously after the show came out and all this stuff was brought to light, what has your relationship with your mother been like since then?
Well, we talk. I help her out with things when she needs help. You know, when you are not living in the same house, since I'm far away, I'm here and she's somewhere else. So I wouldn't say we're close, but we talk. We have that relationship.
What about the family? Your family, what was their take on the whole thing that happened on TV?
I received calls. People called me. Most of them never believed what I said, what really happened. People thought it was a lie and things
Meaning
like
your
that.
mom kept this as a secret
Yes,
for all these years?
because my mother kept it a secret and nobody knew. So people were surprised. Most of them were shocked. I never even had answers to most of their questions. I would direct them to my mother because she would know. She knew better.
Do you know what she would say to them?
No, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what she can say to them.
What kind of relationship does your mother have with Mercy?
A very good one, because Mercy grew up thinking that my mother is her mother. She thought I was her elder sister.
So after the show, since the show and all that, has there been negativity? I mean, has the relationship been sour or it's been okay, or she's just been quiet between you, Mercy, and her?
Oh, as in
Your
Mercy?
mother.
My mother?
You and Mercy, obviously you came onto the show, you said what had to be said, and her, what's her opinion on that?
We never spoke about that anyway, but she used to call her, they could speak. But the fact that my relationship with my daughter Mercy hasn't really come to that mother-daughter kind of relationship. I'm not sure if she's forgiven me yet, but we're getting on well, at least. So
do you think she'll ever
I wouldn't know
forgive?
what they talk about when she's talking to my mother.
Okay, and that's understandable. Obviously, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
What about your relationship with Benzo?
Well, Benzo and I are done.
He's out of the house.
He's out of the house, he's out of my life. Not only the house, but my life as well.
Was Benzo close to your mother?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
Okay. No, because obviously, I mean, you've carried all this resentment for years. And it must be, I can see right now, you're not happy about what happened. No one would be happy. Do you think that you've forgiven your father?
I wouldn't say that. I would forgive him if he was here and asked for an apology, maybe. But it's something that really hurts me, and I didn't even hurt to think about it.
Do you think that not forgiving him, because obviously now it's no longer possible for him to ask for forgiveness, do you think that you holding on to that and not forgiving him is also keeping you trapped?
Maybe. But I can't force myself to forgive. Forgiveness should just come naturally. Yeah. I'll probably forgive and forget in future.
If your mom maybe spoke more about it and gave you closure, do you think that it would help you forgive your father?
No. Nothing can help me forgive him. Unless it just came from myself, from my heart.
When your father passed, did you go to the funeral?
Yes, I did.
And you cried?
I cried because he was my father and we lost him. Not necessarily crying because
you were pained.
Nah.
I can imagine. Well, obviously your mother isn't that forthcoming in talking about the incident that happened with you, or you said it happened a number of times between you and your father. But then earlier on, we had contacted her and she refused to come to the show, but she was open to a phone conversation. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. We will speak to Prudence's mother after this short break.
Hi, and welcome to Tech.zm, a show that puts you in the know of everything digital.
Films original.
Welcome back to the Divorce Club reunion. So as I stated before the break, Prudence has obviously this dilemma, something that's been eating her up all these years. The only person that can give us real answers that she can't give us is her mother, Mrs. Peary. But because she said she cannot come to the studio to be with us and to talk to us in person, she said she would be better off if we gave her a phone call and we had a quick chat with her. Prudence, are you sure you're comfortable with this?
Yes, I'm okay. You can call her.
Okay. So we're just going to call her and talk to her. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, Mrs. Peary.
Hello.
Good evening, Mrs. Peary. You're through. We are on the Divorce Club reunion. We spoke earlier and you said you could speak to us.
Hey, at once.
We wanted to speak on the matter of Prudence defilement. Prudence came to the show a few weeks or a few months ago, and obviously we wanted to know things like she also wanted to know why you kept it for so long or did not go to the authorities about your husband defiling your daughter.
Imwe timungambe kunifunza makwesheni yali yenchito ayo ekuti vintu vinapita kudala teka tinakambisana vinapita atate wake wanafa ndacho kufukulula mmandanga peke ku police.
We mami, she's still holding on to pain and she needs to heal. That's why we've brought it back up, because it's something that has been a central point of pain for her.
Velani mkuzeni uyo ni muntu mukuru maningi panafika posafu niko kuuziwa titumpapa nkhalapa eve ngati mubaba sakifiko chipeleka ndala ineniza nakambisana vinasira mwana uyo sana mkuliseka ndine namkulisira maicha nechi mubaba nchita.
She wants to know, she's here with us, and she also wants to know why you didn't go to the authorities and why she had to be the one to leave her parents' home, and yet her father was continuously raping her.
Ngechifukwa chake ninamtosera munyumba kuti aindanga ina bulu wanga kulusaka ngasera bulu wanga kunkala nabo sembesana punzire mwana uyo sembesana ngale na future nali nayo pali pano kuti ankale panali ili apo ni nzeru zanga Prudence na ine sinenze ningachose muntu amene atikulira bread pa nyumba kuti nimpeleke ku maseozi ife tisale tivutika na badaye sembesana sanafike paminali ili apo so ni nzeru zanga tinalengesa kuti afike paminali mosa nitumira mafoni kufonza makwesheni yali pena kumutu mwambela.
So Mrs. Peary, you valued eating more than your own child. Is that what you're saying?
Imwe mbelani ivo vama TV vanu vama show vanu inachini viziva ni mabadman azelo namuza numuzo ni nzeru zipa za kutachose vintu vya nyumba aenda vikambile pa TV ngaenze na choba wiro kumtima sembana ni.
But she says she speaks to you and you're not forthcoming with answers as to why she had to go away.
I think mwena ine kuibepa vani tizakambisana TNT siri pamene apanga ina takumtima uyo Prudence mumuza kabwele kunyona.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Peary. Well, you heard it for yourself. She does not want to speak about the issue. The only thing she could tell us was that there was no way she would go and get the breadwinner arrested because she says she would have suffered. So she chose to let her child go and live with a friend somewhere else. Prudence, how do you feel about this?
I don't even know what to say.
It hurts though, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it does. And it's so disappointing. From her response, I'm really disappointed. If that's the only reason why she kept that thing as a secret, then I'm disappointed, to be honest with you. I didn't expect that.
I'm so sorry. Obviously, it also hurts me, and I'm sure the viewers and people in the studio, for a mother to speak like that. And especially knowing that she hasn't been forthcoming with information or answers to you. And then for her to say something like that and act as if everything is just fine. I'm sorry about that. And I'm so glad you're getting counseling. Yeah. Obviously, I could ask you more questions about your relationship with your daughter. But the rightful thing to do would be to also have her with us right now so she can also answer. Please help me welcome Mercy. Welcome, Mercy. Wow, this is a whole new person. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Fine, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
So what happened, Miss? Come back, Man, welcome back, money. That's a lie.
Mercy, this is an open, free, safe space. So feel free to say anything that you need to say, okay? Well, the last time we saw you here, you weren't okay. A lot had happened. And obviously, there's a lot that came out. How have you been since the last episode, since the last time you were here? And how have people out there taken you back?
Vokamba, penda bwana chukua kono, penda bwana enda kunyumba. Tezonkala na mami, chifukwa ni wamae wanga, nje penda bwana ziba. But still kumtima chizoni baba ini, cause amai bali wako songa kuuza tinduwe meji. Munga venezonkala na bevi. So chizoni kali fine kumtima kwanga.
But do you think you've forgiven her? Or do you understand why she chose that route?
Chovuta but
You're trying.
Selako.
It can't be easy and no one will judge you. It's not easy, obviously. But then do you feel that, a sense of belonging now in the home that you're staying in? Because obviously you were seen as the maid, the person who's just come to help, and everything that was happening in the house when your mother was away. Now, do you feel a better sense of belonging in the home?
Kind of mami wanga.
That smile. Okay, I believe you. So, the last time you were here, which has been months, you said something about being pregnant. I'm sorry if I'm prying, but are you still pregnant? You don't look pregnant.
Awe. Nachoka mimba.
Oh. What happened? Was it stress?
Choka vena bwana pita mwenye. Penda bwana enda kunyumba na mami sina nkali nao manini. So sinezo nkala free na wewe. So na bwana chuka hapa nyumba na bwana taba. Nezo nkala na wanzanga. Kwa bowling. So na bwana chuka hapa nyumba for 2 months. But sinezo kwa nisa kushita vonse. Peza vakudi. So nezo nkala ngani za maningi. Na viona bawachita wa mami. So
it wasn't easy, obviously, staying with friends and then you have to cater for yourself, for your own needs, and you don't have a job and all that. Obviously, home called you back, right? So when you came back to your mother's home, you look good. So obviously you're living okay now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? School, work?
Hapa nfuno pitiza ku school. Pa hivyo nsevinashtika nfuno pita kamba futi kwenda ku school.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about the baby. Has Benzo, has he tried to get in touch with you?
Since mommy, but couldn't. Yeah.
Do you have a phone?
Uh-uh.
Has he tried to contact you, Prudence?
Yes, several times.
And
I just turned him down.
what does he want from you?
Most of the times he calls, he would ask about the pregnancy and wanting to speak with her.
So have you told him that she miscarried?
No, it's not even important to him. She's my daughter after.
Okay. You don't think he deserves to know?
No, he doesn't. He's a monster. It's not important.
Okay. Mercy. How is, obviously a lot of people watched the Divorce Club and saw you, and now you're in school. And I know children and people of your age, young adults, have a way of being cruel with their words. How have you handled the negativity? And, has there been any negativity?
Bantu kamba ningawayo ngavomere ingawayo nashtava so but kalimfana but ntanyamikira manyini cause baku Divorce Club mama nishita cancel kuntandiza kuti kondo mai bali banga kainji mai banga wanini now.
So you're managing it well?
Yeah.
It will stop. People get tired.
Can I say something?
Yes.
A lot of people said a lot of bad things about me and the decision that I made keeping Mercy in my house as a maid. Yes, I brought her in as a helper, but not necessarily the way they took it. They said a lot of things which made me feel bad, why they blamed me for this and that. But I would also like to take this opportunity, now that they're seeing me and my daughter together, to apologize to my daughter and say sorry to her in front of everyone. I'm so sorry.
My heart. This is beautiful, Prudence. And that's the least you can do. Acknowledge where you went wrong, and you've apologized. I'm sure now it's in Mercy's hands to forgive and to move on with your lives.
Yes.
Or to hold on to it.
Yes.
But from what I see, things will be well. She seems happy. So, Mercy, I'm sorry, the questions are yours now. Obviously, if you saw Benzo today, how do you think you would feel? How do you think you would react? You don't want to see him. He's in the studio with us, and I'm just giving you a heads up because obviously what happened isn't easy on you. And at some point, he will have to come out so that he either apologizes to you or we have a chat with him, with or without the apology, because he also needs to give us a piece of his story. But before we get to that, obviously, I need to chat with you more. So, okay, you said he raped you. Can you give us a bit of not that we're doubting your words, obviously what happened was wrong, but then can you give us a bit of a gist of what happened during the time your mom was away and Benzo cornered you?
Like mwena bwana kambira wanabawa nitana kutini ndingine kurumu nezo pianga panja so pe wanabawa nitana after vonse vashtika wanabawa nuzati iwe ngasuzavumela kugona naine nzakupeleka kumunzi or nzakupisha pana so nabawa navomela nata vashitevi vonse wamenafuna nabawa tavomelekizana.
So you felt you had no choice? How many times did this happen? Why don't you tell Prudence when she came back? Who decided to bring you to Lusaka? Was it Prudence or was it Benzo? Prudence, who was it? Was it you or your husband?
It's me.
So you were too scared to even tell Prudence that this is what was happening? Was he ever rough with you when she was around, or even when she wasn't around?
Mm-hmm. No one's a chub.
So, okay. So you agreed because of manipulation, basically, which, I mean, we can all agree that is a form of rape. Manipulating someone to sleep with you or instilling fear in someone to sleep with you is a form of rape. So I guess we're going to go on a break. And after the break, we're going to bring in Benzo, because Benzo deserves to also give us a side of his story. Despite what we feel about him or who we think he is, we need to know his side of the story. So catch me after the break.
David.
We can't take the food back.
No, we can't.
So what's wrong with everybody now?
You know what, David? It's totally up to you. It's your call.
You said we needed to talk. Exactly what it is.
Chineke, this is so beautiful. Ah, Father, you are doing a thing wrong. What's wrong with you?
You slept with someone accidentally.
Yes. You turn around. I said you turn around. 55.
Do you want to be with her? I mean, is she future material? Oh wait, just last month I was future material, so what the hell, David?
I understand the confusion you are going through. When I was a young man, your age, I had many flowers. Many.
Dearly beloved, we have gathered here in holy matrimony to join together Ashley and James.
It's David.
Dude, we're in a church. It's not like it's a funeral. She was praising God for at least 10 minutes.
Imagine falling in love with the right person, but not realizing until it's too late. Until you won't get that person back.
Won't be the same woman 30 years from now.
Okay, I see. You're not ready for commitment.
It's not you.
If you say it's not you, it's me, I will seriously hurt you.
What I'm trying to say is that everything's moving far too quickly. I'm only 22. I don't even feel like an adult yet.
You don't feel like an adult.
I know you're the right one for me and I want to be with you. All I'm saying is that, just not now. I've got things that I need to achieve first, okay?
You're not ready.
Welcome back to the Divorce Club reunion. Before the break, we had a bit of a conversation with Mercy and Prudence. Mercy has not totally forgiven her mother. Prudence went on her knees asking Mercy for forgiveness because, of course, the first step is acknowledging your wrongs and then forgiveness comes. But then obviously there's no conversation that we can have or answers that we can find if we don't bring in the people that made the whole picture. So please help me in welcoming Benzo. Please take a seat. Benzo, how are you?
I'm fine.
There's no way, Montuche. Every day at business meeting, 21 hours in Zambia.
Iwe, Yanka. Ulibe mimba.
Baby, I can explain.
Let
me explain. She's lying.
Ina mama tanga mimba mine.
Maybe she's
going out. This whole thing is your fault.
Yes, it's your fault.
This whole thing is your fault. Had you been giving my brother what he's required to get his marriage, this wouldn't have happened.
Would you think me? I can't speak
the brother I was supporting the child.
The last time you were here, Benzo, the last second your attention should be with me.
Okay.
Benzo, the last time you were here, there was a lot that happened. How have you been since you... Is something wrong, Benzo?
Yes.
What's wrong?
Isn't she supposed to be pregnant?
Are you asking her?
You remember?
Benzo, we'll get to that.
You already know about it?
Yes, we will talk about it.
The whole divorce club thing knows about this.
Yes, we will talk about it. So can we get on with the show, please? Benzo.
Iwe mimi bali uti.
Benzo, security.
Iwe.
Messi. Come and sit here. Monkalia.
Benzo, please sit down or they'll have to remove you for.
Ukazikike utekanye ka phansi.
Messi. Iwe. Njani iwe.
Benzo, calm down.
Iwe. Ndiye plan yene mom just sabi mama itani fuma mpeta manje pa step iwe njani kansi.
Benzo, calm down.
I want you to.
Benzo, there's nothing you can do with these guys. Just sit down and let's talk.
Sit down. Just sit down. Let him sit.
Why you holding me like this?
Let him sit.
Benzo, please sit down.
One chest. You and Chan. It was. What's this?
Benzo, please sit down or they won't have to manhandle you.
So we can talk nicely. Sit.
You want to go and do it?
Sit.
Benzo, if you just sit down, they will not do what they're doing. Please sit down.
What's this? You brought me here to fight, Toshan.
If you sit down, no one will fight you, Benzo.
Won't you dare?
Just let him sit. He's going to sit.
Benzo, please sit down.
Sit.
John being overprotective.
Sit. Benzo, there's no need for this. Please sit down.
What do you mean there's no need for this?
There's no need
you
for
can ask
while sitting. Physical. Please sit down so we can have a civil conversation.
If you sit
down, you'll get answers.
Excuse me. Sit. Go back to place.
You please sit down and they'll go back to where they were.
Please sit. Excuse me. Please sit.
Please can I have one of the security guys stay there? Thank you, guys. Benzo, we need to have a civil conversation. We will get to what you want to know.
Yes.
Okay. The first thing everyone wants to know is how you have been.
I'm fine, as you can see. I'm very fine.
Things happened here. People found out. We found out about her ordeal, the rape, if you remember that.
You're still telling these people that I raped you?
Was there something else she said to you? She said you raped her. You manipulated her into sleeping. You threatened her. That's what she said.
Do you understand what rape is?
Yes.
How do you define it yourself?
You keep on giving people this perception that did I rape you? Mercy. Did I rape you? Not
Benzo, sit down.
Excuse me,
Benzo, sit down or we're not going to get anywhere.
Excuse me, sir. Please. Guys, you go to the gym for me? Please sit. Excuse me, please. Stop being dramatic with me. Stop manhandling me.
I'm supposed to take you out.
It's okay, this is rubbish. How do you come? How do you take?
Benzo, sit down, please. Please sit down.
Please.
We need to have a conversation. Thank you, guys.
You're Prudence, being very good. I knew people soon as I my phone in as you know, but sesame.
Never zanga sababu ya botuma tuma phone uti mimba yake choke. Como está disturb?
Tumile mkaza iyo chakango bala, tumile mkaza nipelea.
Ni naye mwana so. Si mwana.
Mwana sister wako ndani wako. Apongo zindana.
Ni mwana wanga.
Mwana wanga na tete wako.
Mwana wanga. It doesn't matter.
So there's no need for us to give that energy and to throw low blows. We came here so we can have a conversation. Let's have the conversation. Mercy can explain what happened to
I'm being intimidated by this big guy.
Yes, because you want to get physical. So
I'm not going to get physical. Please excuse me. I need to look at
He's fine where he is, Benzo. Mercy, you can explain what happened.
Mimba inachoka.
Mimba munachosa. Mimba inachoka yeka mimba inachokeka na Prudence pa fupi.
Mwenzeko?
What's your phone here?
Why don't you believe that she had a miscarriage?
I know how wicked this woman can be.
Lelo wicked after making you what you are today. Looking like this. Kaya mabwereka kuti nakasuta kakuti mbwe monekele like things are going well for you.
That's what you think?
Mabwereka kuti kasuta.
Not anymore.
Kuti mbwe monekele that things are going well. Muzakumbuka. Muzakumbuka.
Asema kumbuka.
Ikalipofika time. Napa kukumbuka sunga zinangizo chape.
Benzo, you keep saying
no,
that.
No, Benzo.
Nikamba na uzakumbuka.
Prudence
Can we calm down so we have an actual conversation? There's no need for you two to keep going at each other. I moderate what happens here. So please talk to me or I will have to remove you.
I'm talking to all of you because you know
so
about...
you're not giving me a chance because I want to explain something and I want to ask you something.
I give you a chance.
Okay.
You talk.
I'm asking. You keep saying that this wasn't rape. Are you denying the fact that you threatened her?
I asked you a question.
I'm the one who asked questions here. I said, are you denying that you manipulated and threatened to send her back to the village if she didn't sleep with you? Yes, I am.
Don't talk to me like this.
I'm married.
I'm not your husband, so please respect me. I came here, you called me nicely. I'm here. I'll talk about this, but I want to know what happened.
But you don't come and ask questions on my show, Benzo. So let's have a decent conversation.
Why are you running away from the fact
I'm
that
asking a question. Did you not threaten her?
Threaten to do what?
To send her back to the village if she didn't sleep with you.
Manipulating my own daughter in my own house.
You keep asking me these questions. She's there.
She said it. What happened?
Did I rape you? Mercy.
Let her speak,
Mercy.
Benzo.
Yes or no? Did I rape you? I raped you. I raped you.
Security.
Mchani. Iwe. Nsakambe vambiri.
Okay, you said you tried to reach out to her during the time that between now and the time that the last episode aired. What happened there? Why didn't you manage to talk to her?
She's been blocking me from talking to her. I want to find out how my child is doing. Anyway, I wanted to find out how my child was by then. I thought maybe there was a child, but it wasn't my audience, so chubby.
Okay, there's no need for...
Na problem na iwe. I don't care what you think, what you want.
Wamene umaenda kukoza kumwana kapali tunatubantuzi kulo tandala pa nyumba. Sinatukuza jambe kapali mnapita hapo. Appetite mungani mbuzi.
Appetite yako. Appetite yako kwa isi ndio yapeka na kumanda. Sasa tuko na familia. Yamena hapa.
Musi anapati. Ni kama musi anapati. Musi anapati. You should not even
the security.
You should not.
Oh, you think it's that?
Are you daring me? You think I can be scared of you? You think I can be scared of you? You think I can be scared of you?
You think in your bed?
You evil spirit.
It's okay.
You should make this the last time you are uttering such idiotic words to me.
Let's sit down and calm down, please. There's no need to fight. We're here to talk. Please sit down. Prudence, Benzo. We need to come to some sort of conclusion so that we can all move on with our lives. It doesn't help if you keep going at it with each other. I only say what I've been told. And that's why I'm asking questions, because we all want to understand me, the people in the studio, and the people at home, Benzo. So I'm not attacking you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of something.
Come at me in a polite way. Talk to me as if maybe you called me here to talk to me. Not whereby as if you're all attacking me.
I've been rude. I'm sorry about that. That was not my intention. I was just reiterating what I had been told. So he says it wasn't rape. She says it was rape. Obviously, just the two of you would know.
May I please ask her again?
Yes.
Mercy, you tell the truth. For the sake of my peace and... You know how people have been talking about arresting me. You're going to get me arrested. Uzanika my problems. Did I rape you? You came at me in the room. You're the one who came in a bum shot. You said you wanted to be with me. You wanted to clean the room. Did I rape you? Did I force you to have sex with me?
So she came on her own to come and clean the room. The other time you said...
Give her a chance.
Prudence, let her answer. Let her answer. We're here to have a dialogue. Let her answer. She needs to also speak out.
Please say the truth. Your mother hates me thinking I raped you. I didn't know you were my child. If I knew you were my child, I wasn't even going to touch you.
Prudence, did he rape you, and is what he's saying true?
How many times did we do it? The first time you came, we did it. Did I rape you? The second, the third, the fourth, all these times that we've been doing it, was I raping you?
I thought you said it happened twice.
Oh, twice? You said twice and I raped you.
Mercy, what's going on? Did he rape you, Mercy?
Vaus. Tell her, she's asking you a question, tell her the truth.
Mercy.
Tell her the truth. Did I rape you? Did I rape you? Nakwanga wamuna ndio. Nakunifuna ndio unanifuna.
But she can't answer if you two are talking to each other. Mercy, answer. Did he rape you? Because these are serious allegations.
Sanga yanka zaka banja muyofya.
Musia yanke uyo.
Umuyofya.
Nimuyofya banja. Sinakapo muntu wano.
Umuyofya watimike ba umuyofya. Azaka ba.
Prudence, let her answer. Did he rape you? Because these are serious things that you're saying, Mercy.
Okay, just a yes or a no.
Did he rape you?
Did I or did I not rape you? Mercy.
You raped her.
She says he didn't rape her. So
rape. Uyo mwana nzobwera eka kulini.
Did he threaten to send you back to the village?
See? You manipulated.
So what about the times
she
that
said she wanted a phone. If I wasn't going to buy a phone, she was going to tell you that I raped her. She was
How man? May your soul rest in peace, even if you are still breathing.
Uzatate wako.
Na person boy fayenda. Kulpa mumno aso.
Atisi ne fayenda nilimu. Nataka kumanda.
Ngalibona baje pumula. So
ngapumula chana, pumula na mwana mpanda. Nako kahuga na sio siponga kuli.
Akacha ni alanga na peleka vitu vake. Bali pose alangana.
Can we get on with it now? I'm sure you've said that. Okay, so Mercy, my question now is Prudence. Can we get on with the show, please? Mercy. You said he didn't rape you. When you say he didn't rape you, do you mean that he didn't forcefully put himself on you? Or did he threaten you? What is it?
What else do you want?
Because now we're not.
Said I didn't rape her.
We're trying to understand something, and this is directed at Mercy.
When someone says no, meaning it's a no, do you have to explain what a no means, or you don't know what a no means? She said I didn't rape her. What else
do
you
I
want?
have to take you off the show?
I don't care right now because look at this. This is rubbish. Now, all I wanted to see was her pregnant.
That's why. She's no longer pregnant and she needs to answer questions. But you're stopping her from doing that.
You, na timianu kekuno.
Thank you. Mercy, which one is it? Because now I'm sure everyone, even our viewers, everyone is confused.
Anababa kambati wazani pisha nchito, watu wazani peka kumunzi.
So
nabana vomera pana banuza tingune na wewe.
So you felt like you had no choice? Was that the first and the second time, or was that every time?
Mami is supposed to be mami lero.
Security.
Chandan.
Oh, you think it's those days?
Chandan.
Those days are over, my friend.
Now,
can we sit down and calm down? And there's no need to fight. So you felt like you needed to do. Now we want to know. He says there are more times than you said happened. You said twice. He's saying there were a lot of times that happened.
She doesn't say the truth. She doesn't say the truth. It's been over 10 times. We've had. She's followed.
He's even proud to say that.
Isn't she a woman like you?
Yeah, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
More than 10 times.
Ashamed of what? Of having sex?
Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
When you are ashamed of yourself, you failed to keep your own house. What are you talking about?
10 times. Or 15.
Okay, so my question now is, why would you sleep with a child that has been brought into your care?
What do you mean a child?
No, but she's your helper that your wife brought, and she's...
Of course, you've just mentioned it. She's a helper. She came to help.
There were some
girls
her age.
She helped you sexually?
There were some girls her age who used to come and visit in that home.
I don't care.
If we were to ask them, maybe these same things that happened to her used to happen to them.
In the future, you hear that... The problem you have is you think of your father
So you feel that because she came to help, your sexual needs were part of that help?
She came to help. When I was starved. I understand the fact that I couldn't have sex with my wife.
So you think she brought you someone to have sex with?
I don't think so. I just found someone to have sex with.
And that is okay with you? Because she's a child that was under your care.
You keep on asking me these questions. Is it okay? You said you're married, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't you have sex at home?
But not with my helper.
That's
Whatever it's sex, isn't it? You wouldn't
Not
want
with
to have
my
sex.
helper. Not with my helper.
My friend, whatever it is sex. Helper, maid, whatever, it's sex.
But sex under manipulation is...
Who manipulated who here?
You told her you'd send her back to the village.
Did I?
And then, you say she told you she wanted a phone.
Who manipulated who?
Well, it seems like you manipulated her first.
You think
You're dodging that.
No,
you haven't answered that.
he used that. He used that. Niza kutengela phone, niza kubwezera. Then he akakaa.
She says you're the one who came to her and said you'd get her phone if she had sex with you again.
She said she wanted a phone. And she said, I can do anything you want.
Did you buy her the phone? Because she still doesn't have the phone right now.
I did. I don't know why she took it.
Did you buy her a phone, Missy?
See?
What?
She's never had a phone, so you can't...
Look, the fact that this happened, I'm really sorry. It's my stepdaughter, but I didn't know if...
So it's okay for a man to sleep with the helper in his home because his wife is not giving him sex?
It's their choice. If they want to have sex, let them have sex.
Well, she seems like it wasn't a choice. It was your choice.
Really? You should have seen her in bed.
Wow.
I just want to tell you the truth because I'm painting a bad picture of me. When she was almost coming
to me. We're trying to get to the bottom of it, but you seem
the bottom of it is that we had sex, there was consent. What else do you need?
She says there was no consent.
Oh. Yachoka mrepu, apamanje no consent.
With
whatever
no
you want
consent,
to think.
it's rape.
Whatever
it's
you want to
thing.
think. Whatever you want to think. If it was rape, she was going to tell whoever this woman is to her.
Well, she was scared you'd send her back to the village.
I didn't tell her that. I don't know where she's getting that story from.
She said this from the get-go, so I don't know. She hasn't changed the story, except the fact
she
of the
said
number of times.
It was rape, and now it's whatever. What do you call it? No consent? What?
No consent is rape.
You. Ati?
No consent is rape.
Can we talk about something? My child.
Your child is no longer in existence.
Then what are we doing here? Why am I here? Why
you agreed to come to the show. You knew what you were coming here for.
I was coming to... I thought you're giving me a chance to meet the girl who's carrying my child. But what's this? What's this?
We're trying to get to the bottom. You refuse to answer other questions. You're focused on one thing.
What questions are you talking
We
about?
want to know how you've been faring ever since the last time you were here.
I'm okay. I'm holding up. My business started working and I'm okay. I'm very much okay. Look at me. I'm okay.
You do look okay. If I should say so.
Yes. People don't look okay if they're not okay. I'm okay.
Okay. Have you moved on?
Yes, I'm okay.
Why do you keep calling if you've moved on?
I've been trying to call this same...
I'm saying, why do you keep calling me, Benzo?
I was trying to get to this
girl
who I thought was a girl carrying my child.
Sometimes you call to say, no, sorry, what happened? What? I want to come and see you.
If I did that, I was probably drunk or something. I can never call you for anything.
Can you help me with this and that? He calls me.
To call you for help?
And he wants to come here and pretend like everything is okay.
Nothing else.
Nothing. What else do I talk about?
Kali banakukanga manje makule kako manje kujesa nango wachita provide. Mama bwera mwendo bwera kataka suta timbomonekele kuno.
Itiyo ganza ni obweleka. Kapele mwendo mwabweleka chanejo chidress no. Dress chichibe kanoweka.
Ni vingati vane muna tinamsisa ndivovala mwatu. Manje mzafucho sakuti.
Wadapa na bwasi na bwechi nzako. Wasanga ndete ya food. I'll get out.
Well, clearly they have a lot to say to each other. So when we come back, we will have more to discuss. And hopefully this time, there won't be as much drama. So please catch me after this break.
Right. Darling. What the hell? I thought we had the deal. What's going on?
I saw you on the news.
So what? I'm a politician. I can be anywhere.
I didn't realize who you were.
So what?
You know, I thought I was only going to show our little video to your wife.
No, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Sweetheart, I'm going to need a little favor from you.
What favor? I already gave you the $500.
I'm going to need $1,500 a week.
From where? Where is that going to come from? 1,500 from where? 1,000. That won't happen. Where from where?
That's so unfortunate. Peter?
What?
Surprise.
What's that? Six from Brendan and Peter Scandal. Where did you get that from? Come on in. Bring it here. Where did you get that from?
Fool!
No.
Stupid man! Idiot! Stupid man!
Come, bring that. No, listen. I'll bring this. I tell you. I'll tell you. Where else? Listen, don't do this to me. Don't. You are ruining my career. Don't do this to me. Can we talk?
$1,500.
No, where am I going to take that? Can I buy the phone?
Get out.
Welcome back to the Divorce Club reunion. So before we took a break, which we were forced to take because tempers were flaring. Obviously, people have unresolved issues, but now we're a bit calmer and we can continue with the conversation. So Benzo, our initial question was supposed to be, how are you faring? Obviously, people had a lot to say about you. The society, your friends, your family. How are you dealing with that?
To tell you the truth, I don't care about what society says.
Okay.
I want my child.
Oh, we're gonna go back to that.
You guys don't want to tell me what my child is?
She had a miscarriage, Benzo.
That's a planned move. Are you going to tell me what my child is?
Well, she's clearly not pregnant anymore.
Okay. I'm not going to talk again. I need my sister here. My puss.
What do you want your sister?
I need my sister here.
Hey, go to one man.
Exeter should be here.
What do you want your sister for?
I want her here.
She will come in eventually, but
I
I'm
want
saying
her now. Now. I'm not going to talk.
I'm not going to talk.
You shut up.
He's always been a coward. He's
Call me
used
whatever you want.
To having his sister around and speaking on behalf.
Whatever you think. Make this up. I won't talk.
Well, clearly we're not going to get answers out of you until we tell you where the child went. But your child, if I should be blunt, the child died. Well, obviously I wasn't involved in that, but
how did you know before me?
She came in before you, and I asked her because I was also surprised to see her.
Are you not the same people who've been giving her counseling and everything?
Yes.
You've been with them. You've been in touch with them the whole time.
Counseling does not involve
I want my sister here. I don't want to talk anymore. I
miscarriages.
want my sister here now. I want her here now.
Benzo, what do you want your sister to do?
I want her to be here.
What will it change? The child is gone.
What has it changed? Nothing. We've been talking about the same things over and over.
Because you keep directing the conversation to what you want.
The same things. Bring my sister here now. I'm not going to talk.
Is this how you thought this would be? Because now I don't know what you want.
Whatever she thinks this is going to be or turn out to be matter. Bring my sister.
No, let his sister come. Let his sister come and see whether that pregnancy is going to show up again. The fact is that she.
Well, you heard them, people. They want Exilda on the floor. So please help me welcome Exilda. Exilda, wow, you look amazing. How have you been?
Exilda.
At some point, I thought my brother is barren. Now he's got someone pregnant.
Could it be?
You are the problem. Prudence,
Prudence.
consoni. 8 years in marriage. 2 months of being touched, she's pregnant.
I'm a gentleman. I don't beat my wife.
Benzo, what are you doing?
I want her to see it, to see clearly that she's back with her flat tummy.
She had a miscarriage.
Oh, she became dumb now.
Well, she's clearly very scared.
Let her talk.
She had a miscarriage.
She doesn't have a voice anymore.
But you know she hardly ever talks. Okay, just answer them. It's fine. You're safe.
Without anything. Yachoka chabi.
Sema pata pano mkabomba pot mimba inachoka. Ni
afesti.
Unankala pona mimba ya kutuza. Nikamba ni afesti.
Unankala pona mimba kutuza.
We need to have a conversation.
This is a conversation.
This is her daughter. So yes, she has been pregnant.
How long
has she been her daughter?
Mother. Leave her alone.
That doesn't matter. The fact is I carried this. My daughter here.
We don't even know how true that is.
It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not.
We can't believe it because
it's not even important for you.
It's not even Exilda, you obviously knew that she was pregnant. During the last time that you were here and now, have you tried to reach out to Mercy?
We've tried calling the so-called mother. She's never picking up our calls. And if she does, it's always
Benzo, you
threats.
said you don't want to talk, so let Exilda. You wanted Exilda, she's here, so let her do the talking. Okay, so she hasn't been picking up your calls?
No, in the slightest. every time we go, it's either she will have a lot of insults to give or she will just not pick. We haven't gotten any solution.
We need her insight, not yours. You refuse to talk.
What do you expect me to do with these forces of darkness? Honestly.
And
what
you
else?
are the light.
What else can I do?
There's no need.
The light that hides their children.
There is no need to call each other names.
So, when you are here, your brother was saying that. Your brother was saying that.
Can we calm down? Can we calm down? Sit down. Can we calm down? Maybe Exilda, maybe sit on this end and let Benzo sit that side. Can one of you guys sit between them? Sorry, security. Can you sit between The conversation needs to continue.
Where is the child? Where is the child?
Let your sister perform magic and let's see the pregnancy appear. You wanted your sister to come and perform magic. Come, let's you are the devil.
Exuda, you are here. Do your magic. Let the pregnancy appear. We are going to pray for you to bring that child.
Ladies, the conversation needs to continue.
No,
you can't keep bickering.
Madam Host, let me tell you something. This lady you are seeing here has been eating my brother's children. And now that she thinks she's going to be... Now that she thinks she's going to be a grandma.
What do you mean eating them?
Let me finish. Okay. She thinks it's now an opportunity to stop eating her own children and start eating her child's children. So this one that she's saying it's a miscarriage, it was an abortion. And maybe she thought it was a miscarriage. Maybe she thought so. Because she's got some witchcraft.
My brother, the children.
She's never showed us children.
So you think because she has children?
She's been eating her children. That's the world that you think. We know her.
Exilda, now my question is to you, rather, the things we want to know. The last time you were on the show, you were not happy when you exited because of what you're... No, I get that, but can we answer me? The last time you left, you were everyone knows the famous slap that you gave your brother and left. You were not happy also. We are talking to Exilda. Please keep your peace or we'll have to leave. Make you leave. Do I have to get you out and interview you once, like one at a time?
You can go on.
Thank you. Exilda, last time when you left, you were not happy, clearly, with your brother because of what had happened. How did you deal with that? As clearly you're still, you're close because he's your brother. Exactly. So how did you deal with what you heard the last time? Because it clearly didn't make you happy. During the time that we've been away from the divorce club, how did you manage to make peace with your brother?
It just comes naturally. He's my blood. So blood is thicker than water. Whatever happened that day was water under the bridge.
How did you feel when she said she had been raped?
I felt bad. That's why I did that.
But was she raped? Why even bring it up?
We are not talking to Benzo. Can you let her answer?
But why bring it up?
Let me tell them.
But why is she bringing it up? Why you bring it up?
They don't understand. The
you
devil is
here
sitting right in front of you.
You're only going to understand when
Prudence.
This your so
Prudence.
Because it's like I'm not talking about.
Ladies, can we calm down?
She thinks what the father did is what I can do.
Exilda. Security, if this continues happening, can you start escorting people out, or we will never get to anywhere? Exilda, can we continue with you giving us yours?
Imran, you're just wasting my time here. Me, I've come for only one thing.
What is that?
I have come to take back my family's lobola from this so-called ex-wife.
You came to get it on the divorce card.
She knows how she will give me. I've just come to tell you guys that I've come for that money. My brother is back home with my dad. Tonight I'm a block.
What do Prudence, what do you think about?
I'm asking them. That's what's happening.
Business yako yameona drama zinaenda kuti. That's why you said no. I use that money to come and pay.
You gave me the money to pay.
He has never even paid back that money.
So you're even proudly telling the world that you paid for your own lobola. You are proudly telling the world you paid for your own lobola.
Where did you get the money?
Which one?
The money that I borrowed you.
You borrowed me the money.
Security, please make them sit down or escort them out.
I'm not going to touch. I'm not going to touch.
Please sit down. Benzo, please sit down.
No,
you're the only one standing. Talk while you're
seated.
They're
also standing. Why are they in my face?
That's their job. Sit down.
Why are they in my face?
Please sit down. That's their job. Prudence, you're saying that you lent him money. Please tell us about that.
I lent him money. He came to me and said, no.
Benzo, let us speak.
Listen, the way it is. No, you are the one who manipulated me at the same time. Because this person went came and said, there. You know when you're in love with someone. This so-called human being, I don't know, I don't even have a better term to use. He came and said, no, baby, there's this business that I want to do, Shani, Nikongo second drama, so much. On drama, in drama, it will work well, don't worry. The moment that things just turn out nicely, I'm going to give you back the money.
So it was a verbal agreement?
Yes, I gave him that money, and he said, then the next thing he says, no, I actually used that money, but I promise I'll pay back.
Did you
give
him for the lower?
How long were you guys married?
That's a different issue.
How long have you been married? Were you guys?
Pay back. That's the thing.
Prudence.
You should be asking me. She's lying.
How long were you married to him?
For 8 years.
And in 8 years, you never thought to get the money back?
I used to ask for it.
I mean,
imagine even if there was the type of life that this man was living, I could see that nanguna kamba tindra mashani.
Okay, so ladies, security. Should I call security to escort you out, Prudence and Exilda? I want to hear your side. I want to hear your side. What happened with the money? What happened with this money she's talking about?
I don't know what money she's talking about. I mean,
so she never mentioned
so you don't know what money I'm talking
Prudence,
about.
can you keep quiet, please, so that we can get on with the show? You guys keep talking.
I'm going to ask you these practical questions. Don't you lend your husband money?
Yes, I do.
You are not my husband.
Doesn't he lend you money?
You were never my husband. That was before.
Do you return the money that you
before he was my husband.
You do? I did too.
Okay. Can you ladies keep quiet?
We were never legally
Can you ladies keep quiet?
Who was never legally married?
The time that you got that money, were we married?
You also ile usini ngamfuna mkazi waso pa nyumba futhi silinga vifune marabbish iwe ayi wena chikopo chama nkwa cho doba chikopo no iwe iwe sina kufuna
nana ngakufuna namke ataka mamnemza yapa kumkhala kusamba kotamba tamba na kunathebe kudya malesa kutamba babele simsenze
Ladies and gentlemen, clearly we're not getting anywhere with this conversation because we have a surprise guest in the studio. So please help me to welcome Kay. Welcome, Kay. Please take us.
You think I'm happy about this?
You think I'm happy about this nonsense? You dragged me into this rubbish. I've got family calling me because of you.
Guys, let's go down so we can
about this nonsense. You want to hit me? Come and hit me. Come and hit me.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing here?
You don't know what this is.
All of this.
No.
You thought your secrets wouldn't come out.
Nakushi, what are you doing?
What am I doing here? What do you think I'm doing here? Busy,
let's sit down so we can talk, okay?
You've been married all this time. You've been lying to me.
I want to leave.
You can't marry you.
I'll marry you. Is this security?
Please sit him down.
Let's get married right here.
No.
Security, please. Security.
No, I want to leave.
Leave me alone.
Please sit him
Leave
down.
to go where? Leave to go where? Leave to go where? Leave to go where? Leave to go where? You want to leave to go where? You're always leaving. Always. You can't commit to anybody.
Security, please sit him down.
What's happening?
Please ask him to sit down.
I'm not fighting. I'm not trying to fight.
Okay, I'll sit.
Sit down.
I'll sit down.
Kani pastor. Timbeleko ngani? Njanjishtika bani ngoba. Timbeleko ngala chapi uku. Ekani timbeleko ngani? Njanjishtika. Ngala na yiwe.
Excuse me. I'm not fighting.
Like you see,
Benzo, please sit down.
It's just like this. Why you
sit down. Where are you going?
Thank you.
Why do you always want to leave? You can't commit? It's always leaving.
Thank you, security. If one of
just
them,
like you've been leaving me for the past 6 years. I'm here today.
Just go behind them so that you can restrain them. Okay, Kay. Wow, you came in with a outburst thing.
Wouldn't you do the same?
What? Please tell me what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
Where are you going?
Please sit him
Where
down.
are you going? Deepo, if you just leave this stage, you try and leave. You try and leave. Where are you going? Sit down. Sit down. No, I'm not being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. You've embarrassed me. You have embarrassed me.
Please sit down.
To everybody. To everybody, and then you want to leave. You have to sit here. You're going to be here. Sit down and stay there. Oh, what do you think I'm doing?
Okay, please explain to us what is going on.
What is she supposed to explain?
She asked to be on the show. She had something to say.
I should just bring whoever wants to be on the show.
Yes,
why not? Didn't you come here? Didn't you come here? You know that my family knows you. And you come here, you have a wife.
Okay, please give us a brief introduction of who you are, because I'm also
I'm not interested.
I think I'm curious.
Why aren't you interested? You're going to be interested. I said sit. If you just leave.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay, shut up. Okay, I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear your voice.
Okay, please tell us why you came here and why you decided to come.
Everything. You're just going to ruin everything for yourself and for this.
You didn't ruin everything. You didn't ruin everything by doing all of this to me.
Doing what?
People are calling me.
Then?
Asking me questions.
About what?
What do you think? What about that woman that you were married to?
What
about this girl here? You want a child, What about the child we have at home?
What? Sorry. What child?
We have a child.
Eh?
We have a son.
How old is this child?
He's 1 year and some months.
Benzo, I thought you were desperate for a child.
I don't know what desperation.
Benzo.
I don't feel safe. Security, please.
You don't feel safe.
What do you mean Benzo, you don't feel safe?
Please sit here. Please come and sit here, please.
What?
Please come and sit here.
Benzo, were you not desperate for a child? What do you mean you were desperate for a child?
No matter how many children you have, you don't want to lose one.
But you said you're still desperate for a child from her. You wanted a child, and that's why you came here.
Wouldn't you want your other child?
How many children do you have?
She was the wife, so
I think I'd love to hear more from Kay.
You shut
Yes,
I'd love to hear more from Kay.
No, Kay's not going to speak.
Why?
I've said so.
I came here to talk and I'm going to talk.
She came here to talk, so clearly she said she's going to talk.
More authority than me now.
I'm going to talk. You can't keep
so how long have you been with Benzo?
I've been with Benzo for 6 years.
You said 6 years? Right? Wait. So you are using my money to go and flirt with other women?
Mind your mouth. I didn't know.
Okay, shut up. Don't talk.
Okay, and during the time you were with him, did you know he had a wife?
No, I didn't know anything.
Your man is
You were all I know is that she is his business partner.
Benzo, so
that's all I know.
So he referred to me as his business
partner.
Oh. So
now I don't know what business we were having together.
This is how clever you can be.
You know what? I'm going to fuck this woman up.
Stop touching me.
You're going to fuck what?
Stop touching me.
I'm saying.
Security! You're going to fuck what? You're going to fuck what?
Security!
You're going to fuck what? And you're laughing to raise your family. Yes. Let him go. And then what are you going to do? Leave me. I want to teach this pastor the lesson. Just leave me. Leave me, please. Leave me.
Security, please handle this.
Leave me. I said leave me. I want. This man was just here. Just I'm married to him.
We're going to take a break, and after the break, hopefully everyone will be calm. We're going to take a break, and hopefully everyone can calm down.
Leave me alone.
Justin! Yes. I'm calling you there to do the dishes. Why are you sitting here?
Because it's Justine's turn.
Justin turn from Fiota.
Can you ask me if I was okay?
Are you pregnant?
Lol, mama, as if anybody
You go
wants
HSC,
her.
Mama.
Mom, I'm pregnant!
Guys, best behaviour, okay?
Hey, Petinanga.
My name is Sister Jennifer with a G, and this is Brother
Steven with a P. Brian with a Y, I'm guessing. No, Brian with an I.
Why is there fish in the sweet box? Again.
Who told you it's a sweet box?
Shall I take you back?
Yeah. Why did you bring us from Congo?
Yeah, like diamonds and stuff. Mangoes. I meant mangoes.
Welcome back to the Divorce Club reunion. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. But clearly everyone is calm now. We're back to being clean and collected. The story keeps getting deeper and deeper. Kay came on. She's clearly not amused by Benzo's actions. She obviously has a story to tell. And now that everyone is calm, we're going to get into Kay's story. Kay, please tell us about yourself. Clearly, well, some people may have heard what you were saying. Others may have not, because there was a lot of commotion.
I am Benzo.
Kay, shut up.
Benzo, please let us speak, or we'll have to escort you out.
Please do, with her.
But at this point, we won't do that. Please just keep quiet. Thank you. Okay.
I'm Benzo's supposed girlfriend and maybe mama.
Whoa, okay. And you said you've been together for 6 years?
6 years.
And in these 6 years, he's been married 8 years. In these 6 years, you knew nothing about his wife?
You heard she said 6 good years.
Oh, okay. Well done. Who did you think she was? If you even knew her?
And she believed. I wish wonders shall never end.
How could I not believe?
So the times that he wasn't with you, where did you think he was?
On business trips.
That's what he told you. What business was he saying he was doing?
He was here in Lusaka. He was here at home with me.
For
He's
how
renting
long?
me a house.
For how long
He's
was he
paying
with
for me
you?
to go to school, and he supports my child.
So why are you here causing commotion?
So why are you here? Ain't you getting whatever you want?
Excuse me, can you keep quiet?
Okay, direct your
You're shutting me
questions.
up.
Direct your. So he's been married 8 years and been with you for 6 years. In those 6 years, you didn't know her, or you knew her, but knew her as you said
A
her
business partner.
So when he wasn't with you for days on end, where did you think he was?
He's out on a business trip.
What
And
business?
With her. They have a company together, apparently, and they do business together.
Have you ever been to this so-called company?
Not to do what?
She's just
getting
after
everything.
the money.
I'm not
She's not
after
after the
any
money.
money. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
She's after the money.
I wouldn't be here if I was after that.
How do you date someone for 6 years? They don't know where you're coming from. How come we don't know her?
I know where he's coming from.
Benzo, do you love Kay?
Why are you laughing? Ni mamuna wako?
Auntie,
Kay,
just keep quiet.
respect my sister.
Benzo, do you
That's
love
it.
him?
Keep quiet.
Kay,
Just keep
quiet.
Explain to her who I am, please. Because I'll mess her up.
You think I came here to know who you are?
Yeah,
Benzo.
please. Shut that big your mouth.
Esilda,
Stop
Esilda,
the question.
can you stop talking to her
You
while
should
I'm
be controlling
asking?
your
Because
sister,
it's
not
causing
me.
commotion, okay?
No.
Ladies, Benzo, do you love Kay?
She said 6 good years. Didn't it?
I don't
Didn't she
understand
say
what your statement means. Can you
If it's
give us
been
a
good,
yes or no
You can't be
answer?
good to someone you don't love.
Oh, okay, so that means he loves her. So, okay, why, I mean, why lie to her? Why didn't you? You clearly were not happy
I'm
with...
not lying to her. What am I lying about?
about her being your business partner.
He just didn't tell her.
Esilda, do we have
she
to
asked,
escort you out? Can
but-
we please have
By
him
the time
answer?
I knew
Please,
Kay,
I'm tired.
I'd already been
I have
with
nothing to do
Prudence,
here.
And we
He
were
told
sort of like
me.
business friends.
He told
and
me
I
he's
told her
not
that.
ready to commit yet.
So when you decided, when
To
you
you?
said you had a business with Prudence,
Yes.
so you told her that you have a business, but you neglected to tell her that she's actually your wife also.
She didn't ask about that. We're not supposed to answer questions
I have to
whereby
ask
they don't
first.
have questions.
I have to ask first.
Isn't that something you
think
just
I
tell
don't have a
someone?
right
What
to know?
else do you need?
You think I don't have a right to know?
What else do you need?
You think I don't have a right to know? It's not about what I need.
I take care of
Yes,
you.
so
Okay.
what? Financially,
I do
yes, you
everything.
do everything. But what about my feelings?
Okay.
Which feelings?
What feelings are
You
you talking
said
about?
6 good years.
Iwe crazy.
I'm not in the mood for this shit.
Esilda, listen. Kay,
You should be controlling your sister. Don't cane me.
Kay,
Don't
I don't
cane me.
expect you to behave like this.
I'll mess
I told you I was
you
gonna be
up.
with you eventually.
They haven't told you.
Do you know
They
me?
haven't told you.
Alaba security.
Can we calm down?
They can't
Leave
leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So you've heard about me. Thank God you have. You've met me.
Kay,
You've met me. Nice to meet you too. Leave me alone.
Can we calm down?
I will leave Lusaka. I will leave Lusaka
Please,
and I'll take
Dad.
Kujila with me. Don't push me.
Talk
Talk to your sister. Talk to your sister. Don't talk to me.
be crazy.
Talk to your sister. Don't talk to
involve my
me.
son.
Talk to your sister. Don't talk to me.
Don't involve my son in.
Benzo, can we continue, please? Okay, so
You people are pushing me.
now
don't have
that
for this.
Kay,
But you asked, you requested to be here. Who even called you here?
Kay,
When you
Kay, who
think
called
of
you here?
when you got married, when you know you are married, Mwamfwaya. Mwamfialisha no mwana. You didn't think I'll be here. You think I'll just sit in the background and
You're
be
sitting
quiet.
at phone, so full.
There, they have NP. So
Are we
what
married
is
yet?
money? What is money?
Are we married yet?
But you're already married. That's why we're not married yet.
I'm not married to anyone.
You were. So you're wasting my time.
I told you eventually I'm going to
If it
marry
wasn't for this show,
Kay.
I wouldn't know anything.
Kay.
You're not supposed to know
He's
anything.
right.
You're just my girlfriend.
Kay.
You come
Kay.
on live TV.
Kay.
And
Kay.
Impregnate.
He's a free molecule now. You can go ahead and get married.
From
you
your
can
own
go ahead
wife.
and marry.
Shut up.
And let's see how you're going to take
You're a
care of her
nasty
and the
man.
child.
Oh.
Let's
Never
see
stop.
how you're going. It's just recently. This thing happened recently.
months is recently.
Let's see how you're going to take care of the child.
Don't
You
If you're
can
going to talk, if you're going to talk,
follow
okay,
she's swearing.
If you're going to talk,
Let them get married. You go get married and let's see where it goes. Let's see how you're going to manage with your this your.
please bring Kay
your
back
marriage.
because we need to know what's going on with Kay.
let him come back. Can he come back? Bring him back. Bring him back.
Can we have a proper conversation without interjecting each other and insulting each other, please?
You can sit. Okay.
Hey, please. The host, the producer, I'm tired of all this.
You can then sit. Please sit in silence.
If
so that
Kay wants
we
to
hear.
be with me, she can be with me. I don't give a fuck about these two. I want to go home.
Please sit us. Let's go.
Oh, I think my daughter and I can leave. This thing that no longer concerns us. Well, the two of us can leave.
Why are you going to force me to be here when I don't want to be here?
You can continue and finish this your
Thank you for
problematic,
coming
dramatic, I don't know, whatever you call them.
My daughter.
Please.
I wanted the world to know, and I want my family to know that I didn't know anything. I just came to clear the air, and I'm out. You don't know me. He knows me. I'm leaving.
Okay.
I am leaving.
People have been telling you obviously that he's married. You
Okay.
can't say 6 years.
Can you tell this bitch to shut the fuck up?
Which bitch? I'm not a bitch. I gave birth to my house.
Security, please can you escort Exilda out so that maybe we can have a word with you?
Okay, you're talking too much. It's unnecessary.
No,
It's honest. You brought
so
all of this.
Listen to you. So
you brought
maybe
all
can
of
talk.
this
Just
upon
take a
yourself.
seat
You can't do this.
for her. Let her
Just
say
look
what
at
she
all
needs
the
to
mess
say.
you have caused. You are married, you have a girlfriend, you sleep
I'm
with
not
your wife's
married
maid.
anymore.
Either way, all of this happened. The fact is, everything happened. And look at this mess now. People are calling you a rapist. People are calling you all sorts of... I don't care. The fact is, you slept with all three of us. That's not right. You don't do that.
Do you think you could ever forgive him?
No.
Okay.
Because behind my back, he was sleeping with 2 other women. Maybe you la sister over you.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Fuck you.
Okay, thank you for coming to shed some light, and I hope you find peace in your decision for you and your child. Well, that was a dramatic turn of events, and well, clearly because of all the commotion, we had to have some people escorted off the floor because we needed to get on with the show. Which obviously brings me to the end of tonight's episode. But as I always tell you, stay faithful, do things that will actually bring good and not commotion. I guess it is what it is. But tonight, I'm gonna leave you with the same advice I give you every night. Do things that will bring good. Do not do things that will cause harm or havoc in other people's lives. Do things that you know are right and straightforward, because secrets always come out. Mothers, for the sake of your children, protect your child before anybody else, because everyone else is grown. Your child only has you. So do things that are best for your children, because your children are only defended by you. When you don't defend them, nothing else happens. So, from the Divorce Club team and I, have a good night.
A Kazadi Films original.